In February 2010, Vince set off to tour Australia and the Far East. I was very honoured and delighted when he asked me if I would go with him. We spent 68 days on the road together and ended up being stranded in Singapore by the Icelandic volcanic eruption. It was a great privilege for me to be able to accompany Vin on this extraordinary and memorable journey. Everyone loved Vin. There was no one quite like him. His powerful songs, his hilarious stories, his unique and captivating personality. We all miss him, not only on Teesside but across the world. This is a quick snapshot of our journey, the people who looked after us, the folks we met, and the places we visited.
Miles from Darwin to Delhi, 300 miles from Australia's door. There's a tropical isle where the people can't smile anymore. There's oil on the bed of the ocean and blood on the shore. Portuguese left as the carnation blossomed in Lisbon. The people at last saw the back of the clan Salazar. But out of the ashes of fascism and far Indonesia, a man named Suharto was arming his soldiers for war. Just 300 miles from Darwin to Delhi, 300 miles from Australia's door, there's a tropical isle where the people can't smile anymore. There's oil on the bed of the ocean and blood on the shore. Suharto the heartless conscripted the landless, the peasants. A lovelier people on earth you have not seen before. They took them and turned them and trained them to kill without feeling. In frenzy his Javanese lava poured over Timor. Just 300 miles from Darwin to Delhi, 300 miles from Australia's door, there's a tropical isle where the people can't smile anymore. There's oil on the bed of the ocean and blood on the shore. The United Nations condemned the invasion illegal, but the British, they armed the invader with weapons galore. So they came and they saw and they slaughtered men, women and children. They cried to their neighbors for help, the neighbors ignore. So shame on Great Britain and shame on America, shame on the neighbors who heard through the wall the cries and the screams and the rape of a nation in thrall. They turned up the music, refusing to listen at all. They turned up the music, refusing to listen at all. Just 300 miles from Darwin, Queen Bessie is calling, and I must away to the coast of Calais. And the warships of Spain have but a candle till that time, when I'm home again. remind you the light of our love is as bright as the sun in the daytime, the moon in the night, and the name of Tom Ferris you'll cherish for life. Though your father, he calls me a beggar. Oh, your father, he calls me a beggar. But I'll build you a bridge for all of us to see as they pass by that way to the Cleveland Sea. And never again will an obstacle be in the form of a stormy-esque river, in the form of a stormy-esque river. I'm leaving this evening, but not before calling to watch the sunset on your crimson locks falling. The squall in the bay may not cause such dismay as to spoil our last moments together, as to spoil our last moments together. With the clouds over Whitby's fair harbour did form on the waters of Esk, white horses were born, and the rain on Tom's cheek hid the sign of a storm in the form of two hearts in departing, in the form of two hearts and departing. For 7 long years on the Atlantic Ocean, Tom served his queen with his every motion, to serve his own sweetheart with every devotion was the only notion he nurtured. It was the only notion he nurtured. And to build there a bridge for all of us to see as they pass by that way to the Cleveland Sea. And never again will an obstacle be in the form of a stormy-esque river, in the form of a stormy-esque river. In Her Majesty's Navy, young Tom made his name, fame and fortune were his. And as homeward he came with his gaze to the shoreline, he searched for that flame that would tell him his roving was ending, that would tell him his roving was ending. And with arms open wide on the shore he espied lovely Agnes, her face full of smiles and her heart full of pride. For the beggar would rather have died than to part with the heart of his darling, than to part with the heart of his darling. As a soldier of fortune, young Tom made a stand. Of her father he begged for her heart and her hand, and her father agreed. There was none in the land quite so grand as this man he called beggar. Why